The Woman on the Bus. Another disturbing entity in Henderson's universe is known as the Woman on the Bus. This terrifying creature first appeared in the podcast series Mayfair Watcher Society. The figure stands nearly 9 feet tall. Her hair is long, tangled, and jet black. Her eyes are nothing but empty black sockets, and her mouth opens unnaturally wide, far beyond what a human jaw should allow. She wears a long black dress that hides most of her body in darkness. The creature's design appears to be inspired by elements of Japanese folklore. In the story, a woman named Valerie begins having strange recurring dreams. Every dream takes place on a bus. Sometimes she is late, sometimes she is lost. The bus never seems to reach its destination, and each time, there is a passenger watching her, a tall woman sitting silently in the shadows. At first, Valerie thinks it is just a nightmare, but slowly, the figure begins appearing outside of her dreams, in mirrors, in reflections, in dark corners of rooms. Valerie eventually learns the most important rule: never look directly at her face, because the moment you do, she gains control over you. The woman on the bus doesn't simply attack, she slowly destroys her victims through fear, trapping them inside endless nightmares until their minds collapse. Chicken Ghost, sometimes called the Chicken Man, is one of the strangest monsters created by horror artist Trevor Henderson. This creature looks like a grotesque fusion of a human and a chicken. It stands unnaturally tall, thin and skeletal, with pale white skin stretched tightly across its long limbs. Its eyes are swollen and glowing red, and where a human mouth should be, there is a sharp, curved beak. Despite its horrifying appearance, legends say the chicken ghost is not naturally violent. It rarely attacks humans, but it fiercely protects chickens and birds. Some stories claim the creature was born from humanity's endless hunger for chicken meat. Others believe it was the result of a failed laboratory experiment. Either way, the creature now wanders farms at night, like a living reminder of human greed. One story tells of a cruel farmer named Tom. Tom lived alone on a neglected farm. Every morning, he slaughtered dozens of chickens with an axe, storing the meat in his refrigerator before selling it at the market. To him, they were nothing more than profit. But one night, Tom woke up suddenly. There was a sharp, burning pain on his chest, as if something had pecked him. The next morning, deep scratches covered his body. Blood stained his shirt, and the chickens in the coop were staring at him with glowing red eyes. That night, at exactly midnight, Tom heard footsteps outside his bedroom. Then he saw it. The chicken ghost. It stood silently in the doorway and clicked its beak once. Instantly, the chickens burst from their cages, hundreds of them. They swarmed Tom, tearing and pecking violently. By morning, only bones remained. No one has lived on that farm ever since. The Pale Lady. One of the most unsettling ghosts reimagined by Trevor Henderson is the Pale Lady. This character originally appeared in the book Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones. Henderson redesigned her in his signature disturbing style. The Pale Lady appears as a massive ghostly woman with a round face and pale skin. Her hair is long, tangled, and black. Her eyes are completely black, with no pupil. In Henderson's version, she stands inside dim red rooms and endless hallways, her enormous body filling the space. According to urban legend, she is tied to cursed buildings, old houses, abandoned hospitals, endless corridors where reality feels wrong. Victims often report becoming trapped in confusing labyrinth-like hallways. Every path leads deeper inside, and somewhere in the distance, they see her, slowly walking toward them. If the victim tries to run, something impossible happens. She teleports forward, blocking every exit, closing the distance, step by step. When she finally reaches the victim, she does not attack violently. Instead, she hugs them. Her body absorbs them completely, and the victim disappears forever. Mr. Mascot. Another terrifying urban legend created by Trevor Henderson is Mr. Mascot. At first glance, Mr. Mascot looks like a giant blue costume character, something you might see at a theme park. But something about it is deeply wrong. Its eyes are large, uneven, and lifeless. Its mouth is wide open with no lips, and it stands between 9 and 16 feet tall. According to the story, Mr. Mascot was once just a costume. Inside, it was a performer. But something terrible happened. The person inside the suit died. The body remained trapped in the costume for days. The humidity inside the suit caused the corpse to decompose rapidly. By the time the body was discovered, it was almost unrecognizable. Then something impossible happened. The suit moved. Some believe the dead person's spirit possessed it. Others believe the costume itself became something alive. Since then, witnesses claim to see Mr. Mascot standing in the middle of dark roads at night, dragging a bloody corpse behind him. Sometimes he waves at passing cars, as if asking for help, but anyone who approaches him never returns. Siren Head. Perhaps the most famous creature created by Trevor Henderson is Siren Head. This towering monster can reach over 40 feet tall, roughly the height of a 4-story building. Its body is thin, skeletal, and covered in dry, mummified skin that resembles old wood. This allows it to blend perfectly with trees and telephone poles. But the most horrifying feature is its head, or rather the lack of one. Instead of a head, Siren Head has 2 enormous rusted sirens. These sirens rotate and emit disturbing sounds. Air raid alarms, emergency broadcasts, static radio signals, even human voices. Siren Head can perfectly mimic cries for help, lost children, conversations, anything that might lure a victim closer. It cannot see in the normal sense. Instead, it perceives the world through vibrations and sound. Most encounters occur in remote forests or abandoned areas. Siren Head often stands completely still for hours, looking exactly like a broken pole. Until someone walks close enough, then it moves. And by the time its victim realizes the truth, it is already too late. Treehead, one of the most mysterious giants in Henderson's universe, is Treehead. Some fans believe it may even be an ancient ancestor of Siren Head. Treehead is enormous. Estimates suggest it may reach over 300 meters tall. Its body resembles a dried skeletal structure, but its most horrifying feature is its head. Instead of a single face, there is a massive cluster of fused human heads. Long strands of feminine hair grow from them like thick tentacles. Dozens of glowing white eyes stare in every direction, watching everything. Treehead usually moves slowly on all fours. Its tentacle-like hair can stretch outward to grab victims from incredible distances. Only one reliable encounter has ever been described. A witness claimed that at sunset, a dark silhouette rose slowly against the horizon. For a moment, the giant turned its head, and dozens of glowing eyes sparkled in the darkness. Then the enormous creature dropped onto all fours and disappeared into the forest, as if it had always been there, watching, waiting. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe and like it so you don't miss the next